Jethro's All Yours made me see that KO is a character that is willing to make things right when it comes to his status on being a hero. And with Jethro being a villain that isn't really as menacing comparing to Daryl and Shannon, Enid and Rat aren't really interested into beating Jethro due to how weak he is, but KO, being as weak as Jethro, takes matters into his own hands. But after reaching to the final Jethro, KO remembered what Rat just said about him and Jethro being similar, since that they're the same when it comes to weaknesses, being small. And since KO took it to heart, and after arguing with Rat about it in the bodega, Mega Jethro appears much more bigger as it's about to destroy the bodega. I gotta say, guys, the moral of this episode and the execution in the second half of the episode when it comes to Mega Jethro really made me see that this show is growing on me to where the first episodes didn't. Like, you can really tell that what the episode is taking when it comes to the second half of KO and Rad working together, despite the fact that they had an argument before Mega Jethro appeared. I can see that Rad had a point, judging of how that he went through much more complicated scenarios with other Lord Boxman's enemies, and when it comes to Jethro, he's the type of antagonist that KO can easily work with due to the type of level that he's in, similar to Jethro. Granted, the levels involving Shannon and Daryl are questionable since that they're stronger than KO, but when it comes to Jethro, despite the fact that his only words from his voice box is I am Jethro or I am Mega Jethro when it comes to the bigger Jethros, if the Jethros had personality when it comes to speaking in sentences, as in communicating with KO completely rather than just repeating the phrase over and over again, this episode wouldn't even work. And after looking through the episodes when it comes to creating a schedule, this isn't going to be the only time where Jethro has a main focus in this show. The joke of Enid on her phone is similar to the joke where Squidward doesn't even care that in that one episode of SpongeBob, well, Plankton is about to destroy the Krusty Krab by being much more stronger without the help of Karen. This joke was actually done much more better because I actually enjoy the characters, and since this is actually done a lot more accurate, considering that Enid doesn't find Jethro as a menacing robot compared to Plankton, which, in all honesty, Plankton will probably be a lot more intimidated in Enid's point of view, despite doing it over and over again. My point is that they made Jethro a character even without a personality like everyone else in this show. And even though that he's not one of my favorite characters, I can instantly see for a fact that they're intentionally doing something with him in the future that really made this episode somewhat important once I get to those episodes, or at least one, after doing research of the episodes. When it comes to the ending of the episode, after KO and Rad reverse the level that led to Mega Jethro destroying Lord Boxman's building, Rad's right about KO and Jethro being similar, as always, but at the same time, Jethro is just a dumb machine, while KO is much better when it comes to him not being the machine. Truth be told, if Enid was taking Wad's place in this episode, then I'm pretty sure that the relationship between KO and Wad wouldn't be developed in some other way. Even though that it does showcase that Wad is more than the character that people remember. Because I kind of remembered him being more of a comic relief rather than being a character. It's really on me for not remembering him a lot more compared to Enid and mostly KO. In my opinion, Jethro's All Yours is the most underrated episode when it comes to the execution of KO and Wad. And in all honesty, I am looking forward to experience the following Jethro episodes in the future, since I forgot nearly everything about it, like this episode during my first binge watch. But when it comes to tomorrow's review, I'm gonna be doing a revisit off of an episode that I reviewed for the first time. I'm giving this episode a 7.5 out of 10.